Hi everyone, Mr. Market here again. Today's video, I'm going to show you another strategy to minimize interest when you're paying off a home loan or a mortgage. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just for my Year 12 maths class. So today we're going to focus on making more frequent repayments. I'm going to jump straight into an example here where we have a loan of $360,000 taken out over 25 years at 5.95% with interest being compounded monthly. The first question says to calculate the minimum monthly repayment. Now, we've done this a few times in a few different videos, so to save a bit of time, I've put all those values basically from that information here so that I can put that straight in my graphics calculator, which again, I've done already. I'm just going to ask it to solve PMT, the payment per term, which works out to be $2,308.49 and a bit cents. Remember, we always round up to the next cent when we're making repayments. So it's $2,308.50 per month as a minimum repayment to pay off that loan in 25 years based on the amount borrowed, interest being compounded and an interest rate of 5.95%. So this next question then says, because the idea here is how do we minimize the total amount of interest that we're going to pay? It says if the repayment is half but made fortnightly rather than monthly, like it was in the first part there, how long will it take for the loan to be repaid? So how long is it going to take to repay the loan if we pay fortnightly, but pay this amount divided by 2? So the first thing I'll do for question B is take that $2,308.50 and divide it by 2, which works out to be a fortnightly payment amount of $1,154.25. So that's how much we're looking to pay per fortnight now. So all I'm going to do on my graphics calculator is make a few tweaks. In this case, we were asking it to work out N for us, and I'll talk about that in a second, about what N is actually going to represent. The interest rate remains the same at 5.95%. The present value, the principal, the amount you borrow remains the same at $360,000. PMT is now, and this is a really important part of this video, guys. When you're putting this into your graphics calculator, this needs to be a negative value, okay, because it's an amount you are paying. So minus $1,154.25. If it's not a negative value, you get the wrong answer. You still want the future value to be 0 because you're going to want to pay it completely off. Now, this is probably the one time PY and CY will be different. P/Y means payments per year. So how many times are you making these repayments? Well, if you're paying it fortnightly, it's 26 times per year because there's 26 fortnights in a year. C/Y means compound periods per year. So how often is being compounded the interest per year? In this case, it's still being compounded monthly, so we're going to leave C/Y as 12. So I'm going to go ahead and put those values into the graphics calculator, or just tweak a few of the ones that are already there, and ask it to tell me what the value of N will be based on that. So let's just set N as 0 for now. Interest rate remains the same. Present value remains the same. PMT becomes minus $1,154.25. You're going to go down and change PY to 26 fortnights in a year, and just change, that'll automatically change CY, so just change that back to 12, and it should then have the two different. Again, it's probably the only time those two values will be different for the sake of this course anyway. So ask it to solve N, works out to be rounded up 546. Or 546.5, rounded up to 547. Now, N actually represents the number of payment periods. So in this case, because I've set my payments per year as fortnights, we're talking about 547 fortnights. So we will repay, so the question, how long will it take for the loan to be repaid? Well, the answer is 547 fortnights, but it's probably not appropriate to leave your answer in fortnights, so we're going to convert that to years. To do that, just on a normal calculator or the run function in the graphics calculator, you take that number, 547, and obviously divide it by 26, because there are 26 fortnights in a year. It gives us 21 and a bit years. So I'm going to say 21 years And to be a little bit more precise, I'm going to take that decimal part there. So take away the 21 for 21 years. And I'm going to multiply that amount there by 26 to give me how many fortnights. It actually works out to be 1 fortnight. So 21 years and 1 fortnight. The loan will be repaid if we're paying this amount, $1,154.25 per fortnight. Now, you can see that you're saving a little bit of time in terms of paying it off a little bit quicker. You're paying it off in 21 years as opposed to 25 years. But the final question there is, I guess, what we're actually getting at, how much interest would be saved by using this strategy. So the last part there is then to work out the total amount of interest you would pay if you didn't use the strategy. You just paid monthly, the minimum amount, and then the total amount of interest you would pay if you did use this strategy, paying that that amount on a fortnightly basis, and then subtracting that first strategy from subtracting the second strategy from the first strategy to work out how much interest you would save. So let's actually do that here really quickly. If I didn't use the strategy, I would be making 300 repayments of $2,308.50. That's the total amount I would repay the loan. Now, if I subtract the amount I actually borrow, which is $360,000, that leaves me with a total of, and I've already done this calculation, $332,550 interest. It's a lot of interest. If I did use the strategy, I would make 547 payments of $1,154.25. Again, that would be the total amount you repay. So subtract the principal or the amount you borrowed. Again, I've done this one. Save a bit of time. It's $374.75. So total interest saved would be the difference between these two values. Okay, so all I'm going to do is do 332,550 take away $271,374.75, which would give me, again, I've already done this one, $61,175.25 would be saved if you decided to pay fortnightly as opposed to paying monthly. Again, just one strategy. Again, it is an approximate value because I did round this value of N, but for the sake of this course, that's completely fine. So hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching. My next video will be another strategy to try and reduce the amount of interest you would pay over the course of a home loan or mortgage.